about the polymorphism and how it's working the code. So first thing, what is about the polymorphism? Polymorphism is, for example, if you got like about the instrument and each of them is it included about the piano, guitar, saxophone, you name it, and each of them had got like different sound. Although that every instrument can create a sound, right? So and it's like in order to make it polymorphism, we need to create about that element got about this sound, and then this element got that sound, something like that. So that's the house polymorphism definition. So yeah, let's just go straight to the code to see what's happening in here. So first thing, I'm calling about the bird in here with about the call about a new variable, and then the construction here, and I'm calling about the new method regarding about the visual. Visual is like about make the computer know that the next thing we want to use about the polymorphism, and we want to override it. So we need to use about the visual in here, otherwise we got error. And we got like about fly, when you're flying, about the sound is like flap flap flap, right? So we call in here, and we also got about the override string to string in here, which is about need to like return about the bird and the name. And we got the duck in here, it exactly inherited from the bird, saying we're taking a lot of everything from the bird, and then adding about more thing like about each side, and then the kind here with the data type like the double and the string respectively. And I'm also like about using about the override string to string in here to return about the duck name, and then the size and the cabbage. The penguin also the similar, it's inherited from the bird, and instead of using about a virtual, I'm using about the override because I want to override it. So I want to like override that thing like about penguin cannot fly, so it can be created about the sound flap flap flap, right? So and I'm also calling about the override to string to like return about the penguin name with the name of the using about the name we got from the bird class. So the program in here is like about we create about the two objects of the bird 1 and 2, and then assign the name on it, like about feeder and poly, and then console write line it, and the bird 1 fly, bird 2 dot fly, to like print out about if it can be fly or not, and then console read line. Penguin also create about the two object in here, and then call assign here. Duck also using the same similar, but instead of this one, I'm adding about two more things like about the sign and kind here, so we need to add in here. So let's just run it. So you can see in here we got like about no error, and then we got a word called feeder and a word called poly, and both of them can call have the sound like flap flap flap. And the penguin name Happy Feet, it's cannot fly, Florida also, and then also got about the two duck object with the Daffy and Donut, and they got like about 15 in and 20 in, and the car is like a Markless and Decker. So yeah, let's just go to the next thing. How this is about the basic thing, how it's really working. And let's go to about the next question. In the here, I'm exactly just not changing everything about in the bird.cs, duck.cs, or about the penguin.cs. We just mainly focus on the program.cs. So you can see in here. So we got like about instead of using about create about a new list, right? New objects. I'm exactly just calling about the list, the empty, create about the empty list, and then store element of them into the list, everything, every object into the list. It's not like about look the code more professional. So you can see in here I'm calling about the bird 1, bird 2, similar penguin 1 and penguin 2 objects, and the duck 1 also with a aside about a new value of it. And then I'm adding about a new thing like about add. So in here I want to calling about the list name with the birds, and then I'm adding about bird 1, bird 2, penguin 1, penguin 2, and then duck 1, duck 2. And then we can also adding into the bird list using about this calling like about we calling about a new object in here with the name of the bird birdies. And then in order to read about the list, read the element in the list, we need to call about the for each function with the bird element in the bird, and the name of the class in here, and then control line bird. Let's just run it. Let me just clear it a little bit, and then .NET run. Okay, you can see in here we got like about the bird called feeder and the bird called foley, bowlies, happy fleet. Everything is seen here, and it's really like pre now because we are getting the we start in the list, so we got like a pre-noun here instead of just like control lines and everything. It's much more like about save the code and look the code more clean and nifty. So yeah, let's just go to like the next question. Was like the third one is exactly like when you're looking at the list, you see a lot of things, right? You see a lot of duck, bird, and everything a little bit messed up. So in here, I'm decided just create about the two clips and then adding, each of them had about a different bird. For example, if we got like the duck, right? We got like about the duck one, duck two, whether they are female or about a male, something like that. And we also got about the bird, and yeah, let's just see in here, everything in here, create about a new object, and instead of here, I'm creating about a list ducks, which is the name of it is like duck to add, and then we got like about two elements like duck one and duck two, and in here I'm essentially called about the I enumerable, which is about the interface. So it's similar to like the list, but in here we can like about use enumerable in here to like assign about a new list and then call that thing into the new this thing, for example like about a new list in here. And yeah, this really helpful to like adding a two list into one, and we still know that each of the lists have a different. So this thing like this lady called it duck, we want to like compile it together using about for each function. So let's just run it. So it's similar, right? You got like a bird, a duck, everything is fine. So yeah, so I enumerate when you're getting about the big project is really helpful. It's really helpful when you got a big project because like you can know this thing is using. Let's just go to the next one with E. We got like, okay, let's just go to the next one and okay, using dowcast. And then we need to like uncomment of this one, comment this, and comment this one also. And then here, so you can see in here is tell us to like fix an error in here. So the first thing you can see in here, we got like an error about the new animals. So why it's got like error? Because in this one we are using about the abstracts public class animal. So abstract is exactly similar, really similar to like a virtual. So but the difference between two of them is like abstract is not a finished code. So you can see in here I'm calling about the abstract public void greeting, but like it's not finished because like the method something like that like control like something like this one. So in here I'm not using this, so this is like incomplete method. So we cannot call about the incomplete thing, right? We cannot call about incomplete thing and then create a new object into like unfinished code. So that's the reason why it got like error. So when we are using the abstract, we can use it when we can override it when we are calling about a new element. Like the cat inherited from animals, so we can override this thing. So like cat, meow, dog, woof, something like that. And we calling about the dog, dog another. We got like about dog another in here, and then console line is similar. So yeah, the big dog also got this thing. And in order to fix this one, we need to like uncomment this one, and let's just run it to make sure it's running or not. Okay, you can see in here it's still running, but we got like about an unhandled exception, and the data type like invalid cap exceptions, and in the line 28. So let me just check in. So in the line 28, in this case, we got like about the casting function, like about animal to cast to the add object, casting to the cast object. So then when you are checking like animal to, what is about the initial object? So initial object is like we got like about the object dog. So dog cannot casting to about a new like a new cast object, right? So yeah, in order to fix this one, we need to like uncomment this one and then run it again. So you can see in here we got like a no error, cat, meow, dog, wolf, and everything. And one more extra thing like about when we are looking in here, we got like about the given code is like getting about doc1 dot greeting, calling about the greeting method, but like it's got like about the wrong name, because like greeting in here we got like greeting in here we got like an uppercase, but instead of in here we got like about a lowercase, so we got about error, so you can see in here. So that's in one more extra thing when we need to be careful about the calling about a method, otherwise, especially like about upper and lowercase, so otherwise we got an error. So let me just run it again. Okay, everything is fine. That's it.